of Health, it is the most common form of cancer. It is the second leading cause of cancer death amongst men in the U.S. We're talking about prostate cancer. It is in the headlines again because now former President Joe Biden has announced that he has an aggressive form of it. So what is it? What do you do? And how do you deal with it? We're joined with Dr. Syed Hussain of Trinity Health in New England to talk us through this. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And this is surprising because I did not realize that this was as commonplace, especially for older men.
As you said, Matt, so leading cause in terms of cancers in men, second leading cause of death from cancer, but 300,000 odd cases will get diagnosed this year.
So I guess the big question is then, if it's that commonplace and if it's that found, why was this found or not found, as it were, until it was too late, almost too late for Dr.
Let me give you
Brian.
one more statistic which may partially answer your question. Above the age of 65, over 60%, and it increases with age, incidence of prostate cancer will be found in men. Now, why was it looked for? We don't have all the answers yet. The president may have had some symptoms related to urinary frequency, hesitation, inability to completely void his bladder. So those things may have prompted his docs to take a look. Now, the thing is, we do know what condition he has.
Right.
It's a Gleason 9 metastatic prostate cancer. So what does that mean?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because that was something new to me. I had never heard of the Gleason score, which refers to how likely the cancer is going to spread. Score 9 is not good.
No, it's 6 to 10. Okay. The Gleason scoring system is only used for prostate cells and prostate cancer cells. So these are looked under a microscope for abnormalities. If it's a Gleason score 6, that means the cells are very close to resembling normal cells, and the cancer will be very slow growing. That's if I was to get prostate cancer, that's the number that I would want. But 9 to 10 is an aggressive form of cancer, prostate cancer, and 9 to 10% of folks that are diagnosed with prostate cancer can have a Gleason score of 9 to 10.
The doctors have said this is hormone sensitive, which I guess if you're going to put a positive spin on it, that's one to have. What does that mean?
So that means it's testosterone driven. So what his docs may want to do as a first step is to deprive those cells of testosterone. So testosterone blockers, androgen blockers will be prescribed to help control some of that growth. That will be in conjunction with chemotherapy and radiation therapy. Now, always remember, Matt, the treatment modalities will be individual specific because they're side effects. And will he be able to withstand some of these side effects? So this is an informed decision that the president, his family, and his group of doctors will need to make in terms of what the best course forward is.
Well, let's talk about that, because doctors, again, reporting this is spread to his bones, which means it's not curable. Now, you're talking about prescriptions. This is not to eradicate prostate cancer. This is to stem it.
Great question. This is to treat it, not cure it. So when it's metastatic prostate cancer, the 5-year survival can be about 36%. It's gone higher now over the last few years, yes, because of advancement in technology and medication in particular. But if the prostate cancer was localized, then the 5-year survival is 99%.
Okay. You said something before we came on that I thought was absolutely fascinating, and that is, especially as you get into an older age, and you mentioned it a moment ago, that most men or the likelihood of being diagnosed with prostate cancer is much higher, but doesn't necessarily mean those numbers are just as high if it's going to kill you.
That's right. So screening guidelines, real quick for viewers. So men 55 to 69, have a discussion with your provider to see if you should get screened for prostate cancer. The United Service Preventive Services Task Force, USPSTF, that's a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
It does not recommend routine prostate cancer screening above the age of 70.
Which is possibly why this was kind of found late for an 82-year-old gentleman.
That's right, but
yes.
Again, his symptoms may have prompted some additional workup and investigations which led to this.
So 35,000 deaths from prostate cancer this year, but again, that's only only 5.8% of all cancer deaths.
And it's going down.
Right. And so, again, like I said, this is the likelihood of it actually killing you is much smaller, but dying with it, that's greater.
That's correct.
There you go. There's lots of stuff. A lot of follow-up questions that we have. We wish we had more time to talk to Dr. Syed Hussain, which we're always glad can come in
Thank you.
and kind of give us the A to Z about this.